Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingley Tim Holkip bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include leaked letter by 19 MLA sparks rebellion buzz against Manipur Chief Minister. KSO calls for national recognition of Kuki contributions to India's freedom struggle. Manipur BJP minister denies knowledge of leadership change amid circulating memorandum. News in details. Local media reports of a purported letter allegedly written by 19 BJP MLAs in Manipur to their party's central leadership has again sparked a buzz over rebellion against Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. The BJP leadership at the center had earlier ruled out a change in the top post amid the ethnic tension between the Valley-dominant Meitei community and the nearly 24 tribes known as Kukis, a term given by the British in colonial times, who are dominant in some hills areas of Manipur. This is not the first time such speculation over Biren Singh's post has come up. In the last few years, a group of Manipur MLAs have come in Delhi at least half a dozen times seeking his replacement. Leaked portions of the purported letter showed the first signatures as that of Speaker T.H. Satyabrata and Ministers T.H. Biswajit and Y. Kemchan. While Biswajit and Kemchan are non-dissenters, they had asked for Biren Singh's removal several times in the past. Satyabrata has so far been known to be a loyalist of the Chief Minister. NDTV could not independently verify the authenticity of the letter signed by the 19 MLAs, which they reportedly gave to the central leadership on Wednesday, a day after Meitei, Naga and Kuki MLAs met separately with the center in Delhi for the first time since the Manipur violence began in May 2023. The MLAs who went to Delhi on Tuesday included those from the BJP and its allies Naga People's Front, Janata Dal United and National People's Party. At this juncture, the people of Manipur are raising questions to us, in particular the BJP-led government, as to why peace and normalcy cannot be restored and the plight of people could not be elevated yet. We, as fervent supporters of BJP and having won the mandate of the people, feel that we have a responsibility of saving Manipur, along with saving BJP from downfall in Manipur, the 19 MLAs wrote in the purported letter. In July this year, Biren Singh had called speculation of his resignation an attempt by political rivals who wanted to take advantage of the situation in the state hit by ethnic crisis. Manipur is passing through a troubled time. In such a crucial time, the leaders of Manipur cannot afford to be weak. We are fully confident of our abilities, he had said at an event in the state capital Imphal. On June 30 last year, nearly 2 months into the ethnic violence, Biren Singh was on the verge of resigning but changed his mind under public pressures that BJP leaders had said. He had started out for the government's house to give his resignation letter but turned around after a huge show of support outside his Imphal home, where the crowd shouted slogans against his decision to step down, under fire over his handling of the violence in the state. A copy of Biren Singh's resignation letter was torn up by his supporters after snatching it from a minister who had come out of his house to read out the letter to the public. The Kuki Students' Organization, KSO, has called for national recognition of the Kuki people's contributions to India's freedom struggle, condemning the Manipur government for failing to officially commemorate the Anglo-Kuki War 1917 to 1919. The KSO also accused the administration of allegedly erasing Kuki history and suppressing the identity of the Kuki people. The KSO expressed outrage over the government's failure to declare October 17 a public holiday to commemorate the anti-colonial uprising, calling it a clear attempt to marginalize the Kuki community. While Kuki Rising Day was acknowledged in 2019 as a restricted holiday, the government has since abandoned this recognition. The KSO statement backed the call for a separate administration for the Kuki people, citing continued disregard for their culture and heritage. The KSO said that the Kuki community would preserve its history, warning that attempts to erase it would not succeed. Manipur's Forest and Environment Minister, Thongam Biswajit Singh, denied knowledge of any leadership change in the state government, dismissing media reports about the possible removal of Chief Minister and Biren Singh. Biswajit, speaking during a press briefing after the 133 Manipur Police Rising Day ceremony, stated he had no information regarding the matter and refrained from commenting further. Speculation about a leadership change has gained momentum over the past few days, fueled by the circulation of a purported six-page memorandum allegedly signed by 19 state BJP legislators. The letter, which reportedly called for the removal of Biren Singh from the chief ministerial post, is said to have been submitted to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. However, Biswajit, whose name appeared as one of the signatories in the letter, distanced himself from the document. I have no idea about any leadership change or the two-page memorandum circulating in the media. I cannot verify the authenticity of the letter as I am not an expert, Biswajit remarked when questioned by reporters. Biswajit's comments came during the observance ceremony of the 133rd Manipur Police Rising Day at the 1st BN Manipur Rifles Ground. In his address, he commended that the state police force their relentless efforts in combating the drug menace and maintaining law and order in the state. Without the support of the police, the Forest Department alone cannot prevent the destruction of forests caused by illegal poppy cultivation. Their role in controlling this issue is commendable, Biswajit noted. The Director General of Police, DGP Manipur, Rajiv Singh, echoed Biswajit's statements, emphasizing the police force's ongoing efforts to restore peace and normalcy in the state. Manipur has faced a challenging period over the last year and a half, but the situation is gradually improving. Violent incidents have drastically reduced, except for a few sporadic occurrences, said Singh. The DGP also urged communities to engage in peaceful dialogue to resolve the state's ongoing crisis. Everyone desires peace, and it can only be achieved by reducing the weaponization of society. We need the support and cooperation of the people to bring lasting peace to Manipur, he stated. During the ceremony, awards were presented to several police personnel and departments for their exemplary service. Lamphel Police Station was awarded the DZP Manipur Trophy for Best Police Station 2024. Sub-Inspector Els Sarju Bala of Bisnupur Women Police Station and Vasumina of Ukrol Women Police Station were conferred the Best Police Officer Award 2024. Jiribam Police Station and Churachandpur Women Police Station jointly secured second place, while Patsoy Police Station in Imphal West and Bisnupur Police Station shared third place. In the battalion category, the 1st Manipur Rifles Battalion was named Best Battalion for 2024, followed by the 2nd Manipur Rifles and the 8th Manipur Rifles Leikhum Chandil, which jointly took second place. The 8th Indian Reserve Battalion Commando Khabei Soy and the 5th Manipur Rifles Hong Zaron secured third place. The event was attended by several ministers, MLAs and high-ranking officials from the state government and central forces. The Mar Inpui, in its press release dated the 18th of October 2024, condemns the arson carried out upon a school in Jiribam by Mayday militants. The horrific extent of the desire for trouble and mayhem by the radical terrorist Mayday outfits can no longer be hidden with the direct act of arson upon a school belonging to the Mar community at Kalinagar 2, Jiribam district on 17th of October 2024 night, when all Mar leaders of Jiribam district are in pursuit of normalcy in Jiribam district and peace initiatives under the Ministry of Home Affairs in Delhi, where the Kuki Zo Mar MLAs participated, has just concluded, reads the release issued by the Mar Inpui. Blooming Flowers Children's School, Foundation School, which was responsible for providing quality education to all communities in Jiribam district, including the Maytays for the past many years, was burned down without any sense of remorse by Maytay terror outfits, while the school owner was taking shelter in adjoining states for his safety since the school is no longer operating due to the conflict. Since then, the school was occupied by the security forces as a duty center, and when there was lack of security personnel on duty in the school, the owner had categorically appealed to the security authority concerned to occupy the school again. Apart from entrusting the school to security forces, the owner had entrusted no one else. The release asserts that the Meitei radicals and terrorists are having a bigger agenda of annihilating the peaceful Mar existence in Jiribam district with this direct unprovoked attack on a peaceful educational institution belonging to the Mars when security forces were unavailable on duty in the school. The Mars are capable of giving a befitting answer to all designs to annihilate us. This incident had opened the road to further trouble in Jiribam district, states the release. The Mar Inpui General Headquarters strongly condemns the act of urging the school belonging to the Mar community and calls for a redressal by authority concerned. The release states how the Mar Inpui strongly states that it can no longer hold responsibility for whatever negative outcome arising from this deliberate initiative to create terror and mayhem amongst the Mars. On the other hand, the Mar Village volunteers also released another press statement regarding the same matter, which is the burning down of Blooming Flower Children's Foundation School, where they strongly condemns the act and interpret it as a direct challenge upon them. The release states how, for the sake of only peace and stability in Jiribam, the Kuki-Zomi Mar tribes remain passive since the outbreak of the communal conflict on 3rd May 2023, and how the Meiteis laid their hand first on 4th and 5th of May 2023 by burning down houses, churches in Rani Veng and Vengnom respectively, followed by brutally killing Bosco Segolin Singson, 21 years of age from Paitol village. They also accused the Meiteis of gutting down to ashes the whole tribal habitation of Uchatol, including churches. However, the Kuki-Zomar people of Jiribam still maintain peace and refrain from retorting, foreseeing the destructive natures of war, and also respect the peace initiatives undertaken by the government agencies and Assam Rifles in particular. On the other hand, Sri Sarat Singh, a Meitei, got killed somewhere near a Meitei village, which is very clear as to whom had killed him. But the Meiteis reacted by directly kidnapping of our Paite brother, Lal Lianmung from Vengnom village, and his whereabouts is still unknown. Besides all this, Kuki Mars of Jiribam still look out for another means so that peace prevails in their region, despite you burn down and ransack looted houses and churches of the Mar Kuki-Zomi in Kalinagar Marveng, as we don't want to be infested by the Infal-Churachandpur conflict, reads the release. However, the Meitei atrocities doesn't stop there with the kidnapping of a Mar civilian farmer from Molzol who was beaten up black and blue, but even at this point also we still hold our hand just for peace sake. But now, a school belonging to Mar tribe left unoccupied was burned down to the ground on the early morning of 18 October 2024 at around 3:30 a.m. clearly shows that the Meiteis never ever want peace and stability in the region. The release from Mar Village volunteers further states that how they consider this as a direct challenge upon them and asserts that they will never be a merry passive spectators. Reiterating all this, the Mar Village volunteers hereby issued a stern warning to all the Meiteis, police, IRBs, and even central forces of Barak Circle to leave the place and move to Jiribam town today itself. That is the 18th of October 2024, before sunset if you really value your lives. Failing to comply this, any untoward eventuality on you shall be your sole responsibility. Manipur Congress leaders urged the state government to withdraw the resolution objecting to the proposal made under Hill Area Committee Resolution 59, which called for the formation of an interim committee for its autonomous district council. Addressing the media at Congress Bhavan on October 18, leaders Samuel Jendai and Victor Kasing criticized the government's failure to hold autonomous district council elections for the past 4 years and further denounced Hill Area Committee Resolution 59. Condemning the committee formation, Jendai urged the state to withdraw the same and conduct ADC elections. He said there is a need for timely district council elections to uphold democratic principles, as it has been 4 years that election has not been held. But on contrary to it, passing a proposal for formation of the committee consisting 20 members under Hill Area Committee Resolution 59 is very unfortunate. while claiming BJP government an anti-tribal and anti-Hill for failing to hold the Autonomous District Council elections for the past 4 years. He said that there are 6 Autonomous District Councils in Manipur, further claiming that postponing the polls has raised significant concerns among tribal leaders. He explained that the Hill Area Committee, now mostly composed of tribal members, originated as a standing committee when Manipur was a territorial council. With Manipur's statehood, it became a body overseeing local governance, particularly elections and administration. Jendai highlighted that, according to the District Council Act of 1971, elections are mandated every 5 years, with a possible 1-year extension. However, it has now been over 4 years without any District Council elections, despite various decisions being met. Victor Kaising highlighted the importance of grassroots democracy, arguing that robust democratic principles must begin at the local level to ensure the strength of governance at higher levels. Kaising condemned the resolution and called for both district council and panchayat elections to be conducted promptly. It may be mentioned that under Hill Area Committee Resolution 59, it is proposed that in the absence of elections, a 20-member interim committee be formed for its autonomous district council. This committee would include 18 elected members from former ADC members, local self-government experts, eminent persons and intellectuals, along with 2 government nominees from its district. Apart from boycotting all Kom people, the Rongmei Naga Youth Organization Manipur has asked all the Koms to leave places which come under Rongmei jurisdiction within 48 hours. Whereas the Rongmei people stand for peaceful coexistence, the Koms have been making baseless allegations and betraying Rongmei people, the RNYOM alleged in a statement. Reacting to a press release issued by the Ichum Kom Kairap Village Authority on October 15, 2024, the RNYOM has refuted the allegation that Rongmei youths attempted to infiltrate the village to forcefully erect a monolith as false and baseless. The allegation of the abduction of one villager was untrue, as the individual was taken into custody for his safety by the women folk of Rongmei tribe to avoid any kind of untoward incident. The man was later handed over to the police station concerned on humanitarian ground, the RNYOM said. The other claim made by the Ichum Kom Kairap Village Authority in their press release regarding the historical account of their settlement was also totally baseless because the Kabui Rongmei people have been living in the village since the 16th century AD, it said. During the reign of Maharaj Bhakya Chandra, he visited the village and gave the name Ichum Kabui as against the claim made by the Kom community that the village was established in 1871, the RNYOM asserted. A program for erection of resettlement monolith to be unveiled by the UNC president on October 16 was cancelled because of the blatant lies of the Kom community, it alleged. It further alleged that the Kom community conspired and instigated the central and state security forces to stop the Rongmei people from entering into their ancestral land after the Kom community had given their consent for resettlement of the original landowners. The 4-day-long annual sports meet of Tamenglong College concluded today with Dr. Kintui Zinang Marenmei, Principal as Chief Guest, and Sri Dibam Gonmei, Vice Principal as Guest of Honor of the valedictory prize distribution function. The annual Sports Meet 2024 was organized by the college from 16 to 19 October with individual, double, mixed and group events including football, volleyball, badminton, table tennis, chess, carom, tug of war, penalty shot out for women, obstacle race, and several track and field events. The students were divided into 4 houses, namely Himalayas Green, Atlas Red, Andes Yellow, and Rockies Blue. In the final football match played on last day, Rockies Blue House defeated Himalayas Green House with 3-2 goal margin and won the football trophy. In the women's volleyball final, Rockies Blue Houses defeated Atlas Red House to leave the trophy. Yesterday, Blue House had won the volleyball final for men, defeating Atlas Red Houses. However, Himalayas Green House was declared as the overall champion of the annual Sports Meet 2024. It may be noted that the opening ceremony was graced by Colonel Aman Ahluwalia Sina Medal, commanded 6 Assam Rifles as chief case and the principal and vice principal as guests of honor. An incident involving the convoy of Mizoram's Power Minister F. Rodingliana and the Assam Rifles has sparked controversy, with media reports claiming that the paramilitary force deliberately stopped the minister's vehicle. However, Assam Rifles has issued a detailed rebuttal, rejecting these allegations as misleading and damaging to the organization's reputation. The incident in question occurred on October 17, 2024, near Jokhomsang, Mizoram, when Assam Rifles had set up a mobile vehicle checkpost (MVCP) based on credible intelligence regarding the movement of illegal warlike stores. According to Assam Rifles, the convoy of Minister F. Rodingliana, which consisted of 4 vehicles, was allowed to pass through the checkpoint as per standard procedures. However, the convoy voluntarily stopped near the location where routine checks were being conducted on other civilian vehicles. Assam Rifles clarified that their personnel did not forcibly hold the convoy, contrary to reports circulating in the media. The convoy was given clear passage and the decision to stop was met by the minister's convoy itself, said a spokesperson from the Assam Rifles. This contradicts claims that we obstructed the minister's vehicles. The rebuttal further pointed out that crucial details were omitted from media reports, particularly regarding the conduct of the minister's public secretary. Assam Rifles personnel reported that the public secretary exited his vehicle, removed his jacket, and verbally abused the soldiers on duty. The secretary also forcibly took body cameras from the personnel, and other members of the convoy made inflammatory remarks, including unpatriotic comments like "Go back to India." Videos of the incident, which have surfaced online, show staff members threatening to cut off the Assam Rifles power supply. Soon after the confrontation, several Assam Rifles posts across Mizoram experienced power outages, which are suspected to be deliberate attempts to obstruct operations. In its statement, Assam Rifles condemned these actions as an attempt to provoke a confrontation and cast the paramilitary force in a negative light. The convoy's actions, including blocking the road with one of its vehicles, suggest a premeditated effort to escalate the situation, the statement read. Assam Rifles mentioned that its personnel exercised restraint and ensured the situation did not worsen, despite the provocation behavior from the minister's staff. In a landmark verdict, the Supreme Court on Thursday ruled all Bangladeshi migrants who came to Assam on or after March 25, 1971 as illegal immigrants. The apex court also held that the illegal immigration has grossly altered Assam's culture and demography, as a result of which the state and the union government must take immediate steps to expedite their identification, detection, and deportation. A 5-judge constitution bench delivered this judgment by a 4-1 majority while upholding the constitutional validity of Section 6A of the Citizenship Act. It may be noted that Section 6A was introduced in December 1985 and was one of the most important provisions of the Assam Accord signed between the central government led by the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi and leaders of the Assam agitation who were agitating against massive illegal influx of Bangladeshis. Under Section 6A, the Bangladeshi migrants who enter Assam before January 1, 1966, who would be granted Indian citizenship, while those who came to the state between January 1966 and March 24, 1971, were to be deemed Indian citizens after 10 years subject to certain conditions. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Russia from October 23 at the invitation of President Vladimir Putin to attend the 16th BRICS summit in Kazan, the MEA said on Friday. During his visit, the Prime Minister is also expected to hold bilateral meetings with his counterparts from BRICS member countries and invited leaders in Kazan, the Ministry of External Affairs stated in a statement. The theme of this year's summit is Strengthening Multilateralism for Just Global Development and Security. It will provide an important platform for leaders to discuss key global issues, it said. The summit will offer a valuable opportunity to assess the progress of initiatives launched by BRICS and to identify potential areas for future collaboration, the ministry said. India's foray into green hydrogen, green ammonia, and greater storage sectors will holistically help in combating climate change and reduce the country's import bill on crude oil, lowering trade deficits and the need for forex, Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal said on Friday. Addressing the Society for Human Resource Management India Annual Conference and Expo in the national capital, the minister said sustainability is an area where India has chosen to be a part of the solution and is now navigating change faster than before. Our effort to adopt a circular economy, move towards electric mobility, produce renewable energy, and provide energy to the rest of the world will spur quality of life for India and the world, Minister Goyal told the gathering. The country's transformational growth in terms of lowest decadal inflation, rapid increase in forex reserves, and rapid economic growth has made it a trusted partner of the world, he said. The government's efforts to provide basic needs like the infrastructure of roads, power, and digital connectivity are increasingly reaching the last man at the bottom of the pyramid, preparing a nation of youth to engage with the future. That is the India of today, the Commerce Minister noted. The country's progress from being a fragile 5 economy to being the 5th largest economy in the world has made it become the preferred investment destination. We have built a strong macroeconomic foundation. We have changed the mindset of the nation to think big, and we are confident of achieving our dreams going forward if we align ourselves with the vision and mission of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the minister emphasized. On 6G, the Commerce Minister said the country is leading the world in the technology and we hope to deliver and roll out 6G before the rest of the world. Agitating junior doctors in West Bengal who have been seeking justice for their deceased colleague at RG Kar Medical College and Hospital on Friday, October 18, 2024, threatened to hold a strike by all medics in the state on October 22 if their demands are not met. Stating that they are in talks with their colleagues in our states, the medics say there may also be a country-wide strike by doctors on Tuesday, October 22, 2024 over the issue. The junior medics said that they, along with senior doctors, have given a deadline to the state government till October 21 to fulfill their demands. We want the Chief Minister to sit for a discussion and implement all our demands, Debasis Haldar, one of the agitating junior doctors, told reporters. Unless this is done, all the junior and senior doctors of both government and private healthcare facilities will be forced to go on strike on Tuesday, he said after a meeting between the junior doctors and their seniors here. Claiming that the doctors were not against the interests of the people, he said they had withdrawn their earlier ceased work for the same. Our colleagues are holding a fast on to that. If the Chief Minister does not act by Monday, we will be forced to go on strike on Tuesday, he said. Haldar said that their colleagues are continuing their indefinite fast to press for their demands. The fast onto death by the agitating medics in West Bengal entered the 14th day on Friday over demands for justice for the deceased woman doctor of RG Kar Medical College and Hospital and workplace security. So far, 6 fasting junior doctors have been hospitalized after their health conditions deteriorated, a protesting medic said, adding that 8 doctors are currently on indefinite fast at the agitation site in Esplanade in the heart of the city. If any patient's health suffers owing to a strike on Tuesday, the state government will have to take responsibility for that, he said. Sayantani Ghosh Hazra, another protesting doctor, questioned why Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had not visited them, even though their fast onto death has been continuing for 14 days. She is the guardian of the state and we are like her children. Could she not visit us once over our valid demands? Hazra, a postgraduate trainee doctor, said. Hazra has been on fast since October 5. Haldar said that the junior doctors will also hold demonstrations at various hospitals on Monday. We are also in talks with our colleagues in other states and there may be a countrywide strike on Tuesday over the issue, he said. Haldar said the protesting doctor will hold a mega rally on Sunday and appeal to citizens to join them. Russia said Friday that it had swept 95 Ukrainian soldiers held captive for an equal number of Russian troops in an exchange deal brokered by the United Arab Emirates. As a result of the negotiation process, 95 Russian servicemen were returned from territory controlled by the Kyiv regime, the Russian Defense Ministry said. In return, 95 Ukrainian army prisoners of war were handed over, it said. Kyiv has not confirmed the exchange, but the Human Rights Center, ZMINA, said a prominent Ukrainian rights activist, Maxim Bukievich, was freed in the swap, citing his father. Bukievich, co-founder of the independent Romaske radio station and also a Ukrainian serviceman, was serving a 13-year sentence on charges of wounding 2 civilians while firing an anti-tank grenade launcher in the eastern city of Severodonetsk. He joined the Ukrainian army in March 2022, was detained in June and convicted of war crimes by a court in Lugansk in Russia-controlled eastern Ukraine in March 2023. Despite ongoing hostilities, Russia and Ukraine have swept hundreds of prisoners since the launch of Moscow's offensive in 2022, often in deals brokered by the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, or Turkey. The last reported swap was in September when 206 prisoners of war were exchanged in a deal also mediated by the UAE. Earlier Friday, Kyiv said it had received the bodies of 501 soldiers killed fighting Russian forces, mainly in eastern Ukraine, as a result of repatriation measures. Russian lawmaker Samsil Saraliyev told the RBK media outlet that Russia received 89 bodies of its soldiers in return. A drone was launched towards Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's residence in the Israeli town of Caesarea on Saturday, hours after Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar was killed. Mr. Netanyahu's spokesperson said he was not in the vicinity and there were no casualties in the attack on his residence. A UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle, was launched toward the Prime Minister's residence in Caesarea. The Prime Minister and his wife were not at the location and there were no injuries in the incident, the Prime Minister's office said in a statement. Earlier, the Israeli military had said that the drone was launched from Lebanon and it had hit a building. 2 more drones that crossed into Israeli territory were intercepted, the military was quoted as saying by Reuters. The drone attack was not immediately claimed by Hezbollah, which was been treading fire with Israel since last October, or any other militant group. Israel is also fighting a war with Hamas ally Hezbollah in Lebanon. The two sides had exchanged rocket fire since the October 7 attack, with Israel sending ground troops across Lebanese border last month. The drone attack comes a day after the Israeli military said it had destroyed Hezbollah's regional command center with an airstrike. Since last September, the war has left at least 1,418 people dead in Lebanon, according to an AFP tally of Lebanese Health Ministry figures, though the real toll is likely higher. Meanwhile, Lebanese authorities say 2 people were killed in an Israeli strike on Saturday in Joni, north of Beirut, in the first strike on the areas since Hezbollah and Israel started treading fire last year. The Health Ministry said an Israeli enemy raid hit a car in Joni, with a Lebanese state media saying the attack occurred on a key highway linking the capital to the country's north. The tripartite conflict in Middle East is likely to see further intensification after Sinwar was killed in an Israeli operation in southern Gaza. Sinwar, the mastermind of the October 7 attacks, which killed over 1,200 Israelis and brought more than 250 hostages into Gaza, took over as head of Hamas after killing off its leader, Ismail Haniyeh, in the Iranian capital, Tehran. North Korea has reportedly deployed its troops in Russia to fight against Ukraine amid the ongoing conflict. Around 1,500 soldiers have already arrived in Russia, with an estimated total of 12,000 to come, reported South Korea media. Earlier, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had also claimed that intelligence suggested around 10,000 North Korean soldiers could join the war on Russia's side. South Korea President Yoon Suk-yeol has warned the international community that this move is a grave security threat and called for action with all available means during a review meeting with the National Intelligence Service and IS on Friday. The NIS told news agency Reuters that they had been working with Ukrainian intelligence services and had used facial recognition AI to identify North Korean officers in eastern Ukraine's Donetsk region supporting Russian forces firing North Korean missiles. A video purportedly showing North Korean soldiers arriving at a Russian military base for training also surfaced on social media. The agency confirmed direct military aid from North Korea to Russia after using weapons remnants from Ukraine to identify artillery rounds, ballistic missiles, and anti-tank rockets shipped in more than 13,000 containers to Russia since August 2023. South Korea believes upward of 8 million artillery and rocket rounds have been shipped to Russia. Russia and North Korea have become close allies, with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un calling Putin his closest comrade on the latter birthday last week. The report by the South Korean agency has reached Washington as well, with an intelligence committee in the House of Representatives asking President Joe Biden to have an immediate classified briefing with them to discuss the issue. These troops movements, if true, are alarming and are an extreme escalation to the conflict in Ukraine. They require an immediate response from the United States and our NATO allies to avoid a widening conflict, he said. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.